And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's good to be live. Let's hope that I'm more live this time than I was last time. John, I know you know what I'm talking about. Last week on Wednesday, just to catch anybody up that wasn't watching, I turned into a robot all of a sudden, and you couldn't hear anything I was saying. So if at any point that happens again, please let me know. And I will just burn my computer to the ground. But if not, I'm going to be opening this SH Figuarts Gohan figure. So this is of course the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. It's like SH Figuarts just has a knack for naming their figures in the most absurd ways. Like I mean, I get it. It is, what this character was, right? But it's just kind of a funny, wild title for an action figure. But I mean, if anybody's going to use a title like that, it's going to be SH Figuarts. So, yeah, very, very excited to get this guy. And if all goes to plan and I can sort of open this guy and there's no technical difficulties or anything, I may open this guy as well, the SH Figuarts Yamcha, Earth's Foremost Fighter, a much more manageable title for that figure. But we'll see how this one goes before we sort of commit to opening two. Maybe that was the curse. Maybe I cursed myself, jinxed myself, because I said I was going to open a whole bunch of figures and hang out for a while, and it really didn't work out that way. Anyways, before I get this guy out of the package, let's take a look at the chat, see who's hanging out. Imperious Rex, Cosplay, and Toy Photography. What's going on, Kelly? The Dragon Rock the Dragon Ball Z. Is that the English words for the Dragon Ball Z song? I don't know that I've ever listened to the English version of it. For me, it was always the Chala one, but Brick is here as well. Thanos Copter. John is back despite last week. Let's see. Solo Center is here as well. And then a whole bunch of people chatting away. So yeah, let's get started. Let me just quickly get to where I need to be. Kelly, you sound very live. Okay, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. Brick says not a robot. Okay, good. We're making progress over last week. John said last stream was wild. I sped up the video to try and understand the audio, but it was still wild. Okay, full disclosure, I do I do the recordings and everything like that for these, and then I played back the recording, like the local recording and everything, and it was exactly the same as the live video. So I have no idea what happened. Kelly says Yamcha, the true hero of Dragon Ball Z. Oh man, they did him dirty. Like what, 3 times they killed him? Poor guy. He just wanted to play baseball. And yeah, I might have jinxed it. That might have been it. It was sort of like, the StreamYard gods have finally allowed my StreamYard to function correctly. And then I took that for granted, I guess, and was punished. I was punished accordingly. Oh, anyway. Let's get into this figure before the robots take control of all my equipment. So this is, as I said, the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. So this is, of course, the Gohan, who goes Super Saiyan to defeat Perfect Cell. I don't have Perfect Cell. I wish I did. I wish they would release like a new version of that. I really, really want that figure, but I was a little bit late to SH Figuarts. But this is the sort of version of Son Gohan that defeats Perfect Cell. I guess technically this is actually the version who defeats Cell, but we'll get there when we do a little bit of a comparison. This was Gohan as he sort of got to a Super Saiyan level after Goku. Well, I'm not going to spoil like you either know it or you don't. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably have a pretty good grasp on Dragon Ball Z. But I'm very excited to get this. I only have that battle damaged Gohan, and so I'm really, really excited to get this one. The only disappointment that I have is that this didn't come with the non-Super Saiyan head. I would have liked that, but anyway. So there's the packaging. You get the picture on the front there. You get a really nice big window box where you can see everything that's in there, including that cape, which I'm really, really excited to take a look at and check out. You get the extra hands, you get the extra face plates, all that kind of stuff. You get the different call outs for different features, different face plates, things like that. Toe articulation, I don't know why they call that out. It's on every SH Figuarts figure. Some different posing, a bunch of descriptions of how this guy works and everything like that. It's all the same. SH Figuarts it's I think they just put words on there to put words on there. It doesn't really ever mean anything. That's the full title of the figure right there. Let me see if I can get a good angle on it. Super Saiyan Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. Yeah. It's a mouthful. Anyways, that's the packaging. But who cares? Let's get this guy out of the box. I pre-cut the tape because it makes sense to do that. And I like that when you fold these out, like the sort of like the graphic, design of this package. I really, really enjoy these. I actually think they do a really good job of these. I kind of joked about the toe articulation, but I mean the layout and stuff like that, the way they kind of have it wrapped around the corner, it's really good. To have the picture sort of cut in to the sort of display. They look good. I mean, these packages look good. They're trying to get away from extra paper, extra cardboard, stuff like that. So they now put the instructions, on the tab of the box, as well as some QR codes and stuff like that, which I think is cool. I like that. This figure came from eCollectibles.ca. Mike is doing a really good job of bringing in like most of the SH Figuarts figures. So if you need SH Figuarts and you're already buying stuff from eCollectibles, go hit Mike up. He will get you the ones that you need. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I did definitely sort of suggest to him that if he carried more SH Figuarts, I would probably buy more SH Figuarts, and I'm trying to make good on that promise. I've got this guy, and I've also got the One Piece Monkey D. Luffy and the Tanjiro from Demon Slayer to open. So I don't know if those will be like pre-recorded or I'll do those next week or something like that. But anyway, but yeah, the SH Figuarts I'm digging, man. Like I really, really enjoy the SH Figuarts figures. Because it's, in my opinion, probably the best way to get a lot of the anime characters that I really, really love. So I'm just going to tighten this shot up. No, I'm not. Just in case if I touch it, everything goes sideways. But also if I do Yamcha, I'll want to take a look at that packaging too. So I'll deal with this. It's not great. I understand that, the framing, cinematography matters. I mean, imagine I was framing it a little tighter like that. But anyway, life goes on. John says, I only have Kid Gohan. I love him. That Kid Gohan figure, the proportions are all kinds of wrong. I'm actually hoping that with the smaller figures that they're doing, that we'll get like an appropriately proportioned Kid Gohan so that I can buy one. because I just genuinely don't like the one that they currently have. Kelly said, "Rock the Dragon is the North American English intro, vastly superior than the Japanese intro." That is categorically false. There are better intro songs than that one, but that North American one, I doubt it comes anywhere near the Dragon Ball Z theme song, which is one of my absolute favorites. Although it might be through a bit of a nostalgic lens, so I may not be objective when I say that. So, let's see. Brick said Kid Rice. Okay, so there's actually a funny thing. You might know this, you might not. I don't know. Maybe people know this, maybe people don't. Gohan, if you don't know, means rice in Japanese, but it also means meal. So like when you say, like if you say like have you eaten, you would say have you eaten rice technically. So that's Gohan. But I happen to have him right here. Goku is actually, like, the kanji for Goku is actually 5 mouths, which is interesting because he eats all the time. That's what he's known for, right? Is always eating. So I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but there may be some sort of nuanced meaning in there. I don't think it's by accident, to be perfectly honest. All right, so taking a look at the figure. It's an SH Figuarts figure. Now, what I will say is, and it was a little bit surprising to me, that this figure is a completely new figure compared to this one. So this one was an SDCC exclusive, 2023, I think, SDCC exclusive. But as you can see, like it's not the same figure at all. It's this different height. This is sort of the old articulation scheme. This is the newer articulation scheme, and proportions are different. So he's kind of shrunk down more. He has like adult size hands, adult size feet. He has smaller hands. He has smaller feet. So it's kind of weird because like I have 2 versions of Gohan that are meant to be like like chronologically speaking, he comes before him, but design wise he comes before him, and he is sort of the older model compared to sort of the newer one. But there's a few other things, like the sculpting on the arm is much better for the new one. The elbow is much cleaner, much nicer. The shoulders, my complaint on the shoulders on this previous version was that the sort of socket, there's nothing there. You could just sort of see that joint. Love this figure, absolutely love this figure. But this one, in my opinion, already is like kind of just superior because they're doing a really good job of getting more of the proportions right, and actually sort of sizing these characters appropriately. I'm giddy about the Daima figures. I will say that. That's enough. That's all the comparison I'm going to do between that other Gohan and this one. But yeah, I'm actually really, really excited, and I know that I'm probably in the minority of people that are excited for those Daima figures. Those Daima figures have like limited articulation, and they're smaller and they're cheaper, and they're not exactly what SH Figuarts is known for. But dang, I'm enjoying Daima. I mean, I enjoy all Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is, to me, in some ways sort of like Star Wars, where like I'm down for whatever they want to do. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I want those little kind of mini characters, those little chibi characters of Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo. And the new characters look pretty good too. So we'll see. But yeah, this guy is good. He's like he really is just like a shrunk down version of the other figures, and he's executed really, really well. You know, all the stuff that you want is there. The articulation in the knee is good. It's sculpted so that it looks like fabric. But there's also, and I don't know how they do this. They've been doing it pretty regularly now, and I don't know that it's gonna get picked up on the camera. But there's like shading, but it's not. It's like the shading on this is incredible, and it's so subtle. You know, like the difference in the purples on the chest and on the legs is subtle enough that I don't think it's gonna pick it up on camera because it's so natural looking, it's so organic looking. And it's really quite remarkable. It really is. Like, this is a really, really well done figure. And on the back of it, they don't have it as much. And so it's like really obvious when you sort of come around to the front side. Maybe that's how it'll sort of, maybe that's how you'll be able to see it. You can sort of see that there's different shades. That's not just the light. The back of the figure is purple, right? There's like, it's just pretty plain kind of purple. But when you flip it around, you see that it's kind of like a blue to an indigo to a purple. You really can't appreciate this unless you actually have it in front of you. My only complaint about that though is that like the boots are just brown plastic. There's like no wash, there's like no shading, there's nothing. But they do have toe articulation, as they called out in the packaging. But anyway, yeah, very, very good looking figure. He's gonna have all the SH Figuarts articulation that you want. He's gonna be superposable. I mean, he's a Gohan figure, so he has to be. He's gonna be fighting all the baddies. Hopefully soon a perfect cell. I'm still torn now. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna compare anymore, but I will compare a little bit. The articulation in the hips. The old articulation I was okay with. The new articulation is like not, it looks a little weirder. But the butt looks better, I guess. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about this new sort of articulation that they do for the legs. But you know, it works, you know, like the leg kicks, the leg goes out. You know, he can go pretty far. There's a lot of leg there, so it's not going to go all the way up to his butt or anything like that. But yeah, very good looking figure, poses well, as you would expect. It's an SH Figuarts figure. Face sculpt is fine. It's quite small, so you don't get a ton of detail there. That's sort of the angry face. You get an alternate head, a screaming head, as well as some face plates, and the face plates are, you know, as expected. So it's kind of the stern face, the somewhat battle damaged, kind of like surprised, you know, smaller pupil face. I actually really, really like that face. And then the angry face. You always get an angry face with an SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figure. You know, you always get this array of faces. That's just how they do it. That's just, you know, what you get with these figures. And then we're gonna get hands as well. So you get the fists, and then beyond the fists, we get some sort of grappling type hands. We get the open, expressive hands. We get the other, I don't know. Like, they're all so similar that I don't know that you necessarily need all of these. Like, the fists, you know, one set of these, and then like these ones would probably be fine. You know, this is sort of like a Kamehameha hand, or some like a, I don't know. There's probably a cell, you know, in the cartoon, an animation cell where he's got these specific hands, and so people kind of demand that kind of stuff. What I was really, really excited about And I hope we get more of these if this is as good as I expect. And just first impression of, like, I've just picked it up. I think it is. I really hope we get a Piccolo cape like this. So this has a plastic shoulder piece, and SH Figuarts is sort of they've done plastic for everything. So usually this cape is like 3 pieces. There's like a piece on either side, and then a piece through the center, and then those pieces are sort of hinged on this piece. However, this is there's an elastic, around the sort of collar there, and then it's pinned into the plastic. It's not wired. Well, I guess it's wire, but it's not wire. It's like a ribbon. There's like a metal ribbon that runs along the bottom edge and then along each side. So this is, and Brick, if you're still watching, I know you'll appreciate this. This is like super posable. You can get this to hold any pose you want. And it's not going anywhere because that ribbon is like really, really good and super, super solid. So whatever sort of look you want this cake to have, I'm pretty sure it'll hit it. Yeah, very, very nice. Well executed. It's white, so it's gonna be filthy after kids play with it. Don't let your kids play with this cape. But yeah, this thing is phenomenal. This is really, really good. And I gotta say, there's a few soft goods pieces that I really want them to make. So this is sort of the first one. And as I said, I want to see a Piccolo cape to go with this. I want to see another version of Piccolo. I'll buy one more Piccolo just to get a cape that can stand up on its own. But they recently released the Kenshin, the Rurouni Kenshin, Kenshin Himura, and I didn't buy it. I love Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin. But what I really, really wanted that figure to be was similar to there was another release of that figure that had a soft goods Haka, and that's what I need. That's what I need that figure to have. Soft goods upper, I'm okay with. The soft goods pants just didn't work for me. But if they did this for those pants, I'd buy, the 2 colors, the 2 sort of main colors, the blue one, the red one. I'd buy both because that would be phenomenal. Yes. Thank you, Thanos. Dyson did the version with soft goods. But I heard it was kind of a bit of a dainty figure, we'll say. And so I passed on that, hoping that SH Figuarts would do it. And those pants just, they don't look right. Let's see. Did the older one's butt cheeks fall off? I don't think so. I mean, no, I don't think he has butt cheek problems. They move funny and they move weird, but I haven't had his butt cheeks fall off. I was not aware that that was a problem. Oh, still haven't checked out Daima. It's good. It's fun. It's not gonna, stimulate your brain, but it's pretty fun. And Thanos says Daima's been fun, but the week to week hurts. Dude, I'm not going to tell the whole story about how I watched Dragon Ball, but imagine watching like 5 episodes and then having to wait literal months to see the next ones. Let's see. They cooked with that cape. They absolutely did. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, and then I'm going to put the cape on the figure and see how it looks on the figure. They've been doing good with cloth goods. Can't wait for Shirake. I don't know who that character is. Is that the witch? Is that little purple witch character? I saw that figure, and I was tempted to buy it. I have no idea what it's from, but it looks fantastic. Brick says it's like those twist ties that are used for holding cables. Great stuff. It's yeah, I mean it is great stuff. It's fantastic. John says loved Samurai X2. Absolutely. Have you checked out the new one? There's a new they rebooted the series on and it's on Crunchyroll. It's pretty good. It's like basically the same one, but the animation's way better. Let's see. Oh, it's bigger than SHF. That sucks. The remake Kenshin has been good too. Hope they finish out the manga. Yeah. Insano says, yeah, the little witch girl from Berserk. And I know you're a big Berserk fan. I've never read Berserk. So I don't know. It just looks cool. It's a cool looking figure. But I don't need it. I can't buy everything. I can't buy all the things. So let me get this on the figure and see whether the look of it, works. Because if it looks good off the figure, that's great, but it has to look good on the figure. It has to fit on the figure. I have to look at the instructions. I feel like I'm doing something wrong because I can't get it on the figure. No, pop the head off, put the cloak on, put the head on. Huh. Oh, this is interesting. Here, I'll show you. Keep the cloak and figure out of contact for long periods of time. Also, if you move it too much, the core material may break. Fair warning. It's right there in the instructions. But it does just show it sort of popping onto the figure. So maybe I'm just putting it on a little bit wrong here. Hold on. I think it just sort of sits in a way that, hold on. This is my silly trick for all this. So in order to get sort of visual access to the little ball where the head, I just pop the face off. I do that a lot with SH Figuarts figures because then I can line it up much, much easier. Okay, so it sits like really high on his shoulders, and that's like that's on all the way, but the head like barely has the room to get on there. So that's interesting. So yeah, it sits like the head sits really deep into the shoulder pad. And of course, as soon as he starts fighting, he throws this off. So you don't actually need it to like pose up in any kind of way. But if you're gonna have him sort of like wind blown look, like dang, that looks pretty good. Don't keep out of contact. That's so weird, right? Heat it. No, I don't need to heat it. It's just like I said, it's like it's quite snug. Like the head's sitting like right in there. You lose some of the articulation by having it in there. Now, of course, when he fires up for like Super Saiyan, and they show this in the promo sort of pics or whatever. Like the cape gets like flared up. With the Super Saiyan energy, it gets flared up like that. So cape looks dope. It is dope. It really is. And like I said, if they continue to do this, across SH Figuarts, there's some figures that I think they could revisit that would very much benefit from from this. I will say this about this cape. You know, it says like don't touch it too much or whatever. I don't think it's going to be damaged if you're gentle with it. I think if you like bend it, like if you put if you put an angle in this, I think you're going to have problems. I think if you're just sort of posing it and bending it and it's getting sort of a nice curve to it, I really don't foresee there being an issue. But it looks so good. I know it, but but I can't display him like that. Is that what SH Figuarts is trying to tell me? That's a bummer. Now we could get wired Dragon Ball hair. Oh, you don't need it though. I like you get enough expression out of the alternate heads that really I don't think you need it. I don't for Goku I think I have like 3 or 4 different hair sculpts that I can work with. So it's not really a huge concern. But yeah. Thanos says cape, vast improvement from the old super battle ones. Gabriel says cape is nice. I just wish it had a little bit more material. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm okay with it because yeah, I'm okay with it. I get what you mean, like maybe a little bit longer, or a little bit wider, or something like that. And again, like I said, like if we get another Piccolo, I think the Piccolo one could be sort of bigger and more. And dang, I really hope we get a Piccolo with a cape like this now. Yeah, the cape really. Yeah, this is a dope figure, and it's a lot of it is the cape. I love this cape. Um, Always make the cape flow in the same direction of the hair. Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, I mean, I think if I had this head, I'd have to have the cape go the other way. I see what you mean for sure. For sure. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that to stand up, but that's okay. Good to see ya. I really, really like how the front sides hug his shoulders. Tailoring, nice. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's the look, right? Like that's how he's supposed to look. I should have grabbed Piccolo to sort of compare, and I just foolishly didn't. I grabbed another Gohan and a Goku. But now I need Piccolo. Hold on. It won't take long. He's just in the very middle of my display, so Dusty. Okay, here we go. Man, he's dusty. That's okay. So my Piccolo is on my display in, the iconic Piccolo sort of squatting, floating in the air pose. Of course, why wouldn't he be? And just as a reference, right? Like this is how they have done the capes in the past. 3 pieces. The pieces are articulated, but they are plastic. They articulate out as well, so you can get it sort of flowing out. But it's nothing. And now it's come off. He's come off the base stand. So, but it's nothing like what this cape is. And even if they did like an accessory set, they could just give me Piccolo's cape. You can hear it. Like you can hear that plastic, and it just doesn't pose right, and it doesn't move right, and it can't. You can make it into wings. Like it doesn't work. It's not tailored. Obviously, it's plastic. It's not tailored. Although these guys do look good together. But I can't get this cape to do what that cape's doing because this middle part's not really articulated the same way. So there. It's about as close as you're gonna get. They look good together. They look really good together, but That cape, this is softer too. Like the collar piece, the shoulder piece is like a soft plastic, whereas this is again pretty solid. So um yeah, and exactly. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I do appreciate what they sort of tried to do with this cape, but you can't do a cape in hard like they're I mean, maybe McFarlane can. You can't do a cape in like hard plastic and expect it to do what a soft goods cape is going to do. That's just, it doesn't happen. It can't happen. It's impossible. All right, that's enough Piccolo. You know what? I'm gonna leave Piccolo in here. Any questions? Any comments? Any more comments about Gohan? Should we open Yamcha? I've had Yamcha for a while now. I got a fun story that goes with Yamcha. It's not that fun. I guess when I tell it, you'll understand why it's not fun. But let me get a bunch of this stuff out of the way, and I'll get. You guys down with Yamcha? Should we do Yamcha? You guys want to hang out for another 15 or 20 minutes? Open the true hero of Dragon Ball Z. Oh man. Yeah. I'm not, you're not wrong. Let me sort of figure out how I'm gonna get these guys. He'll go over there. I'll put him here. So I think, I'm not 100% certain. I'm gonna have to double check the picture. I think Yamcha completes my Z Fighters, which is when I started doing Dragon Ball, SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. That was my goal. I just wanted to get the Z Fighters. Fast forward to today, where I have far too many SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. Anyway, same thing going on here. You got the package with the picture on there with our hero Yamcha. You get the extra heads, the extra hands in there. More detail. This face, everybody knows this face. Again, so not only in the show do they do him dirty, but they got to do him dirty on the packaging. Like, you gotta show him dying on the packaging. Come on, give the guy a break. Yamcha, Earth's foremost fighter. Is he though? Is he? I mean, everybody, when you sort of talk about all through the show, when they talk about Goku, they're like, oh, he's from Earth, and he's the best fighter they've got. Like, I don't know. Yamcha gets disrespected constantly. There is the full sort of tray, and again, now that I think of it too, like really laying it on when like the figure includes the thing that killed him. I refuse to buy that android for 2 reasons. I heard it sucks, and he killed Yamcha, so there's no place in my collection for that figure. Okay, I'm just gonna dump it out. That's Sony's work. The trays are great. They do such a good job of keeping the figures in there. But try to like daintily take them out ain't happening. Okay, so fun story that goes along with this figure. While I'm kind of arranging the accessories and somewhat inspecting this figure with a little bit more of a critical eye, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I ordered this figure from, I don't know if I even want to. Okay, so I ordered this from an online retailer. This was like a P Bandai exclusive, and I'm in Canada, so we don't have P Bandai. So I didn't have P Bandai as an option. Otherwise, I would have ordered it from P Bandai. So I had to find an alternative, and the best alternative that I had found for a while at least was an online retailer called Global Freaks. Anybody in the chat familiar with Global Freaks? Or sort of what's happened recently? So Global Freaks is a Spanish site, and they fulfilled a couple orders. I had pre-ordered some other stuff. I had gotten very good pricing on some figures, and I pre-ordered Yamcha. I pre-ordered Mecha Frieza, and then kind of out of nowhere, they just kind of I don't know what happened, but they stopped fulfilling orders. They stopped they basically blew it. They pulled I can't remember what that retailer was called, but they sort of picked up stakes and kind of just left. Like they just stopped getting new figures. They stopped replying to emails, on and on and on. I had to jump through so many hoops with like PayPal, credit card companies, all this kind of stuff to get my money back. And I did. And then I ordered this one off of AliExpress. So I'm looking at this figure with a very, very critical eye just to make sure that it's not a knockoff. And I'm pretty sure it's not. The package had all the right decals. The figure feels right. The articulation feels right. The plastic feels right. If it's a knockoff, it's a dang good one, and I am satisfied to have this Yamcha as my Yamcha, my Z Fighters Yamcha, because he looks good and it's finished well, and it's Yamcha. I mean, it's a tough one because I think he's sort of like smaller market. Most people don't care about Yamcha. Let's be honest. I do, and I have. It appears that there are a lot of like-minded caring individuals in the chat that understand how how much of a bad sort of rap Yamcha got. But oh no, Nolan, come on. Just make sure you post him laying in the dirt. Oh man, you too, Nolan, you too. That's the long-haired version of Yamcha. This one just gets punched through the chest. It's just like the craziest thing. He gets his head sort of blasted, and he gets a fist through the chest. Like, man, you buy the Android figure. The Android figure should come with these hands. This is an alternate set of hands where like he's holding his head, and then this is wild. So there's a piece that clips on the front of the chest. I don't even want to do it because it probably won't work properly. But I kind of do want to do it because it's kind of funny. So this clips on the front somehow, and then like this clips on the back. Because the Android puts its fist through Yamcha's chest. And so Yamcha, of course, comes with that accessory, because what other accessory would you get with Earth's foremost fighter? Poor Yamcha. Poor Yamcha. Yeah, and like I said, he comes with the hand, over the face. And you do get other accessories. So you do get a couple alternate face sculpts. Yeah, he's just he never looks like he's gonna win. Like he never looks like he's gonna win. Poor Yamcha. Poor Yamcha. You get alternate hands too, like it matters. He gets the sort of tiger claw hands. He gets the the kung fu pose hands. and he gets the expressive hand. So when a fist goes through your chest and somebody blasts your head off, you can have these expressive hands to express your surprise. Let's see. Doesn't the box from Saiyan Saga Yamcha also have him in his meme death pose? I think it does. I think it does. Oh, poor Yamcha. John says Megalopolis toys. Yes, that's the one. Yes, that's the one. I refuse to buy any DNA toys for that very reason. Those Barnyard Commandos look dope, but I will not buy them. They didn't do enough to sort of distance themselves from Megalopolis in my mind. It is pretty cool. Like the fact that you actually get these is pretty cool. Like it is. I mean, I guess is that why people love Yamcha at this point? Because of his fate twice. Did he die twice or did he die 3 times? I think he dies properly twice, and then I think in Dragon Ball Super, when they have the sort of tournament, he gets eliminated, so it's like he dies a 3rd time, right? He's in that, I'm pretty sure. I watched it recently, but now I can't even remember. Anyway, there you go. There's Yamcha. He's fine. He's alive. He's a good figure. He's not a great figure, but it's Yamcha. I mean, if you've got Dragon Ball figures, you need Yamcha to complete your Z Fighters. And this is the appropriate Z Fighters head. So you got to get this one, the short-haired one. Yeah, there he is. His torso seems long, but maybe that's just the articulation. But yeah, good figure. Happy to have him as a Z fighter, and to complete that set. I think the only thing I don't have to complete my Z fighters, and this is maybe a nitpick, I don't have Vegeta with just the plain black hair. I have the Super Vegeta, but I don't have the Dragon Ball Z Fighters Vegeta. But he wasn't invited. Yes. I think you're right. I think he wasn't invited in the end. There was something he wanted to go, but did he not end up going? I can't even remember. Poor Yamcha. Oh man. Poor Yamcha. There should have been a spin-off. Like Gohan got Super Saiyan Man. Gohan should have got like baseball hero. He should have got something. He could have got some vindication. But no. Anyway. I love Yamcha. I'll be honest. I was gonna do a recorded review of that, and I was like, no one's gonna watch it. Nobody cares. So thank you guys for letting me open this figure with some audience. Otherwise, he would have just had to be opened sadly, lonely in a corner, all by himself. Thanos says, I think there was a whole episode where he was hoping for the invite, but they never asked him. Yeah, I thought in the end he went, but you might be right. There was an episode where they were like talking about, they had to take the best fighters in the world, and he thought he was gonna get invited, and he wanted to get invited. And I think even like the way they were talking about someone, he thought they were talking about him, and he was like so sure he was gonna get to go and fight. No, he didn't. But now I can't remember. But either way, in my headcanon, Yamcha went and made a sacrifice again, as Yamcha does, sacrificed himself for the greater good. Anyway, enough about Yamcha. I gotta go do some Dragon Ball Super research and figure out whether or not he did in fact go to the tournament. Not that anybody cares, because that was such a boring end to that series, and it took like half the series anyway. I got some Daima to watch, so I'm gonna wrap this up and play with these while I watch Dragon Ball. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys, and as always, you know, it is always more fun to open toys with friends, and so it was cool that you guys were here to hang out and open the toys with me. Um, this one, if you like Dragon Ball, if you like action figures, if you like soft goods, this one is a cool figure. It's a great one. As I said, it's proportioned correctly. I like that. I like the articulation. I like the paint apps. I love the soft goods cape with the wire ribbon. Uh, you know, mad respect to Yamcha. If you can still track this guy down, you should, just to sort of complete your Z fighters. You don't need another Goku. Go get a Yamcha. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.